Fred is truly the voice of our generation.
We're back. New and improved.
we got some soundboards.
We're just going to get more annoying, just progressively over time. Oh shit. Buckle up.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well. So today we're actually just going to do a little bit of a catch-up pod.
It's not really a catch-up pod.
I meant with the movies we've been watching.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about all of the movies that we've recently watched instead of focusing on just one or two.
Well, we're going to be talking about the newer movies that we watched.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about the newer ones. Like the new, like 2022.
Yeah, all of the newer releases that we just kind of missed or caught up on. And we're going to finish off by talking about some that we're excited to still be released.
And one that we're not excited for.
Which one?
It stars some guy named Nicolas Cage.
No, Nicholas Hoult is the reason why we're not excited. Yeah. Renfield, let's be honest. It just looks like they're bringing Dracula into the MCU. There
you go. That's a bomb sound effect there for you.
Well, only one of us can hear it, so.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know why you don't have headphones.
Right. Right. Anyways, one thing I just wanted to complain about before we got into anything was apartment laundry. Can we just, like, this feels like a Seinfeld bit. Can we talk about apartment laundry?
Yeah, true.
But, like, honestly, I've been living in the same building for a long time. And when I first moved in, laundry was only $1.25.
Right.
And now we pay $2.50 per wash, per dry. On Sundays, it is, like, the hardest time to try and get a washing machine or a dryer. Does anybody else have this kind of struggle? Like, laundry is just so annoying when you don't have your own washer and dryer.
Yeah, I agree.
It is really annoying. If we had our own, game over. Everything would be done.
Yeah, true. I agree. And it's just, like, annoying that people take them, but
and they fight over them. We had a lady call the landlord because she was annoyed that she couldn't get a washing machine, so she complained about the woman who was using the washing machines. There's just why?
Honestly.
But anyways, also on another sidebar, I started and finished Rosemary's Baby, the book, in a week. Yeah, and it was so good. You're so annoying with the fucking. He's like a kid in the candy shop with this thing. But yeah, it was one of the better books that I've read. And
yeah, well, you read it so fast. I mean, it was just like a few days went by and you were like, oh, I'm already done with this.
It was such an easy read. It was so spooky. I really enjoyed it. And I got introduced to Goodreads this week or last week, I should say. And it feels more rewarding to read because you can log it.
Kind of like Letterboxd.
Yeah. But I think I'm more excited to read now that I can definitely log it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but other than that, anything you want to mention?
Well, we've been watching a lot of Floribama Shore.
We're going to give y'all the Perdito special.
Right, yeah. And we started Chucky, which we're really into.
Yeah, it's
we're 3 episodes in.
It's pretty cool. I I'm really happy Chucky is the way that he is. Like, it stayed true to exactly. It's by the same people. Like, I'm
True.
just Brad Dourif, man. Like, you cannot change that.
True. We love it.
And White Lotus.
Well, White Lotus, we don't. Well, we're like on the fence of how we feel about this newest season.
I
The
really
second season.
liked the first season, and I feel like I'm just here for Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, true.
I've
Aren't we
always
all?
wanted to be a dolphin.
Right. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Well, should we dive right into our movies?
Yes. Mention something and it'll just make my brain go, whoop, okay. Let's go.
Start mentioning movies that we watched?
Yep.
Well, the first one that I have written is the newest one that we watched, which is the newest movie that we watched. The newest one we watched was Sick. And written by Kevin Williamson
Of Scream fame.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely a better slasher than I thought it would be. It's so different to see it set in COVID times, and I
Yeah,
feel like
true.
that made it feel more real.
Yeah, it feels like a little tropey. We knew going into it, people were saying it was tropey, but I think the other aspects of it was they kind of outshined the fact that it's filled with tropes. I think it was meant to be like that.
Yeah.
I think everything was calculated, that they made the movie that way for a reason.
And definitely go into it knowing that, and I feel like you'll have a better time.
Yeah. Well, that was the newest one we watched, but we watched a movie. Well, we just watched a video actually of Colin Farrell, Adam Sandler, Ki Kwan. I don't want to butcher his name, but everything
Everywhere all at once.
And
Golden Globe winner.
Yeah.
Kwan.
And even your mom knows his name, so I don't know why. I need to get on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
And
Honestly.
your mom doesn't really know how to pronounce it.
She doesn't know how she calls Triple H, Triple X,
Yeah.
but she's like, oh, do you know we're like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was a lead into the fact that we watched Banshees of Inisherin.
which was absolutely fantastic. It was dark in the right kind of ways. It was shocking in certain ways.
Yeah, I thought it was obviously a dialogue heavy movie, but I thought the dialogue was witty and funny enough to keep the movie going, and it wasn't so boring.
It was not boring.
Was worried about, to be honest.
I remember Intracut saying this had one of the better donkeys of the year, and it certainly did.
We have to get that soundboard, the line that you like from it.
Yeah. Oh God. I will not take the donkey out of the house when I am sad.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Okay.
So funny. That was my review on Letterboxd, because that was the best line in the movie.
True. He's just sitting next to a donkey.
And just chilling, unproblematic, just sitting with a donkey.
Oh my gosh.
Wondering why they're not friends anymore. Anyways.
Well, we watched another one that started with a B.
Bones and all.
Bones and all, yes,
Oof.
yes. We have okay, I want to start beef with Timothée Chalamet, since we're starting beef with everyone else.
Yeah, I'm okay with this hate train. Not a hate train.
Wait. It's this one.
I give him a year.
Yeah, you know how that was Logan Paul saying I give him a year. And yeah, I give him 2 days to get his act straight, or we're coming after him legally. I'm just kidding.
Peep is trying to get into the Christmas tree box.
Right.
Anyways, Bones and all, I feel on the fence about, because I really appreciated the gore. I really appreciated how far they went with it. I liked the story. I thought it was well told, but
Yeah.
I could not stand watching either lead character.
Yeah, and Timothy Chalamet, like he's not really a
address
great
him
actor.
properly.
And wait 1 second, let's do our
Crack
ASMR.
open. We gotta crack open our cold.
Cracking them open, cleaning them out. I showed Ashley a magic trick earlier where you can make make it look like you opened this and drank some out of it and crushed it as if it was empty, but then you can turn it back into being.
Do you hear him right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell a story. But yeah, I guess we're just cracking it open. Let's just go. Right. Should we get him out of here?
The way he's wobbling in that box right now is hilarious.
Right.
PP.
Okay, so Bones and All fucking sucked. Also, Timothy Chalamet is like the worst guy that's ever existed. And then he has the nerve because people are calling him out for getting casted in all these things, and he's like, or no, there's a rumor that he was gonna be casted in something, and he was like, sorry guys, I don't audition for anything. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm glad that everyone's just giving this fucking clown roles.
Must be nice.
Oh. You're done. You're finished.
He's targeting people now.
With the soundboard.
Yeah. Okay, moving. PP.
Moving on.
Moving on.
We watched The Menu with Anya Taylor-Joy.
The Menu. I forget I forget who I told you said this, but someone.
Interca, probably.
No, I don't think, because they really liked The Menu, I'm pretty sure. But someone said maybe it was Intercut. I listened to a lot of Intercut. Someone said that The Menu is only good for the parts where it's a thriller. It's not good like in between.
Right.
But I really liked, if you've seen The Menu, the title cards that pop up in between for every course.
With like the courses, yeah.
And the one that said Tyler's bullshit. There's just things like that. That
the story overall is just like,
you're like, oh, I'm not enjoying this. But the things like that happen where you're like, oh, okay, this is funny.
Right, but it wasn't funny, and I don't know. I felt on the fence about giving it like a good score.
Yeah, my problem with it is once again another movie where the pretty girl gets away unscathed, forgiven.
Yes, that's the kind of movie it is.
Yeah.
And
no
it's Anya
problem.
Taylor-Joy doing the same thing again.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's kind of just getting old with her doing the same kind of role. I want to see her do something more dramatic.
Back to things like The Witch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be good, like do a good movie.
I am ye witch of ye wood.
It's Vitch with a V.
I am the witch of ye wood.
But the next one that we should talk about is Triangle of Sadness, because that was one of our favorites.
Triangle of Sadness. Dolly DeLeon, who is an incredible star of Triangle of Sadness, the Filipino lady.
Oh, right.
She is just...
I didn't know her name.
Yeah, incredible. I think she's been getting so many spotlights lately. I think she deserves all of the love that she's getting for the last... There's big dramatic turns in Triangle of Sadness, but it is a story on class. It is a study about class and how people will treat people who they think are beneath them a certain way regardless of the situation. And even though...
Similar to like The Menu, kind of like...
But
commentary.
way better.
Yeah, Triangle of Sadness is better.
And even though the person switched roles and things they were on top, but because they were in a former role of service, they still get treated the exact same way.
Yeah, and it did a really good job at portraying that kind of stuff and telling that side of the story, I think.
And if you guys do not like vomit, do not watch the second act in Triangle of Sadness.
Even though like I do think like it wrapped up nicely, I just like wasn't a huge, like I wasn't like that invested. I could kind of see where it was heading after the second act. But I think the second act was
I feel like
best.
that last minute of it, when she's still being asked to be a person of service even though she's in charge, I feel like that last minute of it really wraps it up and hits home and delivers that message.
True. Well, we watched After Sun. Charlotte
I don't want
Wells.
to talk about After. Listen, someone shared a photo of Charlotte Wells and her father in the same scenario as After Sun because that's what the movie is based on. I almost cried again. After Sun ruined me at the end. I'm gonna cry right now talking about it in the airport. The scene when he was filming her in the airport. I'm tearing up. I can't. It was such a good movie. That was probably one of my favorite non-horror movies of the whole year.
Yeah.
I
didn't really like... I don't normally like... what's his face?
Paul Mescal.
Yeah. I don't really like him in many things, but I think he did a good job in that movie.
I just... being a person who's had a hard time connecting with her dad, I feel like that movie hit me in a way I wasn't expecting it to.
Right. I can't believe you teared up on the pod.
It was just such a good movie. When she's like, I like that we share the same scar or whatever. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. I can't. I can't.
Cut to break.
Cut to break. Oh God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought it was acted really well and like the story was pretty good. And the directing was very, very like subdued and like told from like a certain perspective, which was nice.
Yeah, it felt like a really nice, like a well-deserved slice of life movie.
Yeah. Well, we ended up watching White Noise on Netflix.
Oh, which is another one I feel really conflicted about because I have seen a decent amount of Noah Baumbach movies to know that he has a certain way with his dialogue where it's very meaty, his dialogue. But I feel like it would have done better if it lent more, and this is gonna be a spoiler for those of you who haven't seen White Noise, but if it leaned more into the apocalyptic vibes and less into an affair. Like, it just felt so split down the middle into two halves where the movie didn't feel like it came together as a whole.
Yeah, I just think that, like, Noah Baumbach's writing, like, I feel like he gets in his own way. He's like Maddie Healy, where he just gets in his own way. He's in his own head when he writes stuff. It's very narcissistic. That's how it comes off.
The way he writes women, the way he writes relationships.
Yeah.
Very odd.
But I did like it wasn't horrible. Like,
the dance sequence at the end.
Right.
2022 was the year for dance sequences.
Yeah. Honestly.
After Yang had the best.
After Yang, right.
Don't get me started on After Yang. If you guys have not watched After Yang, that and Banshees back to back, Colin Farrell, two great movies he was in 2022.
Yeah. After Yang wants to be Ex Machina. I'm just kidding.
After Yang, yeah.
Actually, Ex Machina's dancing is better in my opinion.
But I think that the After Yang one was so much more fun because it was like competition based and there was like families involved.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm like all mucusy from crying about After Sun.
The next one that I have on the list is Tar, starring
my girlfriend, Cate Blanchett.
Cate Blanchett, right.
Whew, man, she is something else.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I liked it, and but there was like I thought like the first half was stronger than the second half, and I didn't really like where the story kind of ended up going. I guess
I totally agree, and I could have used a little more music.
Yeah, more of those kind of scenes, and like also make it like an hour less. In the wrong time.
At least half an hour less.
Yeah. But I thought it was acted well.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah. Then we watched Glass Onion.
Glass Onion, which I feel like was the first Knives Out movie.
Right.
A better drama mystery. Glass Onion, a better or comedy mystery. And I feel like it really dives into more whodunit themes and more I know it's more of like an Agatha Christie. Like they really lean into more of like the old tropey mystery kind of crimey Clue vibes. But I thought it was really fun. Just a mindless, stupid movie. We don't really I don't go out of my way to watch a lot of movies that aren't horror movies, so that just felt like something you could turn your mind off and just enjoy.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I just don't like Batista, but I mean it was all right. We got through the entire thing. So
I saw a post and it was like, Daniel Craig as James Bond? Absolutely not. Daniel Craig as homosexual detective Benoit Blanc? Absolutely, I'm in.
And the why was that one black guy, like the scientist, like even in the movie at all? Like he had like no part of like the plot.
No, I there's some characters that I didn't like, but the story as a whole, the movie as a whole, fun. Go off.
Yeah. Then I have written down, we watched Nocebo.
Nocebo was another movie where the Filipinos win and they get their revenge and they come out on top, and that is what I like to see.
You said it was somebody that we know.
Oh God, it was somebody that we know. You fact check, I'll talk for a second.
Okay.
Nocebo was a phenomenal story about how sweatshops, how damaging they are to not only people but to families, to societies, to how they only are for personal gain, for the gain of a company, the gain of a business, and it's not doing any help. Fast fashion is not contributing anything to anybody. It was just a really harrowing tale of what sweatshops, how dangerous it can be in a sweatshop.
It was by the director. I mean, I agree with all that, and it was by the director of Vivarium.
Vivarium, yes, which is probably why near the end it felt more of like a dream-like kind of. The revenge was. It felt like kind of in limbo, I guess. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we don't have to talk about this one, but I wrote down Emergency.
Emergency was really, that was a really sad, important, but fun watch.
Yeah.
The ending, it was a fun watch to get there, but when you get to the ending, it's like, oh my gosh, like you really need to just educate. Like we all need to like educate ourselves a little more.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I thought the performances were pretty good. And it was like it just was very surprising that it actually like came together as good as it did, because I thought it was going to be like way more cheesy, I guess.
I think that's, I knew going into it that it was going to be like one bad thing after another, just continually happening. And I know Amanda the Jedi has a problem with cringe, like with things that are really cringe. She's a hard time watching them, and that's what I thought that was gonna be like. It was just gonna be so cringe, and like, but it wasn't. If it was told in a way that you're just like, oh my god, how can this get any worse?
Yeah, true. And it was pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I think I have another one for the soundboard. We should get the smell it.
Yeah, smells like God's vagina. Oh, we gotta get, I am a medical examiner.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
But I wrote down two movies that I watched by myself that you didn't see: the Bullet Train and Top Gun 2. Both were horrible, and that's all you need to know. Don't watch them under any circumstances.
I have no contributing statements for that.
But Top Gun 2 was just too yellow. Like, I'm not really sure. But moving on to the movies that we were excited about that are coming out this year.
all jacked up and full of worms. I've been
clipping
waiting
when
for
you
that
said
movie for so long. It was supposed to be a 2022 release. Still haven't seen it. But it is about someone that, like, eats hallucinogenic worms. It's less than an hour and 20 minutes. It's about 76 minutes long, but it just seems like a wild ride.
Yeah. And speaking of wild rides, Beau is Afraid.
Beau
comes
is
out in
Afraid.
April.
Ari Aster, my guy,
Yeah.
cannot wait for him to just give us some more fuckery.
Honestly. And speaking of fuckery, Infinity Pool.
Infinity Pool. Oh my gosh, we are such
Yeah,
sluts. How many times have we said we are such sluts for the Cronenbergs? Baby meow. But cannot wait for, like, we need to be in theaters to see. I don't care. Like, we have to see it in a theater.
I give him a year.
Right.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree that we should definitely go see that.
Yeah.
We were trying to get a screener, but whatever, I won't call
Hey,
them out.
Neon.
Yeah. Hey, Neon.
Neon.
Get a contact page. Thanks.
We big fans here would love to be able to talk about your films without waiting
through
for them.
hoops.
Exactly.
Yes.
So get into contact with them. I don't want to
already
have
worked
to
with
send my
Netflix.
lawyers out.
Right.
No.
Listen,
Just kidding.
We've worked with Netflix. We hate Logan Paul.
Look
I
at
don't know what else you need
we're
from us.
we're your best options.
Honestly. But I have two other movies written down. One of them is Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. That could be the comedy of the year.
Yeah, true. It's gonna be absolutely crazy.
Balls to the wall. Yeah.
By the way, if you guys even know what this is from, you're probably horrible. I'm just kidding.
Is it the burning?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't. If you guys know what that is, like, we're not fans. It's just a bit.
Yeah.
It's just a bit.
Yeah, it's more making fun of the guy that had that.
Yeah. Ugh.
But the last movie that I have is Oppenheimer, since he's gonna be doing nukes. He's blowing up nukes.
Yeah. Well,
I know. Okay, well, maybe you don't want to watch it, but
I'll watch it, but I've seen a lot of Christopher Nolan films. Remember in that book that I had when I was, I don't think this, whoever did the Prestige. Remember when I was like 8 years old and it was like, what movies are you watching? And my little handwriting was like, The Prestige.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what? You don't want to see him blow up some nukes?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm here for. That's why I'll watch it. I just don't really know how I feel about Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, but Josh Peck's in it.
Oh, okay. Did not know that. Shocking.
We're back, baby.
Okay, well, unless
give
you
him a
have
year.
Anything else to say that's not the soundboard.
I give him a year.
I'm just kidding. Well, no, I think we could do a Popo Zao and send them off.
All right. Well, hope you have a good week, day, week, hour, second, minute, wherever you are. And we'll see you next week for some more
Soundboard.
Popo Sao!
Popo Zao.